Good day and welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I'm Theodore Henry. This Christmas Eve, our program is filled with cheer, love, and stories to warm the heart. As the saying goes, Christmas is not as much about opening our gifts as it is about opening our hearts. Stay with us as we share the joy of the season.
This Christmas, choose life. As we recover from Hurricane Melissa's devastation, we're reminded that life is fragile. Pedestrians, stay alert. Drivers, slow down. Rest if you're tired, and never drink and drive. One careless decision can change a family forever. Let's have a safe and prayerful Christmas and a crash-free 2026.
Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, December 24, 2025. Trans-Jamaican Highway TJH Limited will begin full operations of the Maypen to Williamsville segment of the East-West Highway on December 27. The corridor becomes the fifth major roadway under the Trans-Jam Highways network, connecting the Portmore, Spanish Town, Vineyards and Maypen toll roads. TJH says motorists can expect a first-world roadway supported by 24-hour patrols and regular maintenance. A new toll structure will also take effect at the toll gate main line and ramp toll plazas. Drivers using T-tags will benefit from reduced rates and rewards under the Frequent User Discounts program, including a free 10th trip weekly and a 10% discount on trips 11 and beyond. Under the new rates, Class 1 vehicles will pay $470 with a T-tag and $480 without at the main line. At the ramp, they will pay $235 with a T-tag and $240 without. Class 2 vehicles will pay up to $720 at the main line and $360 at the ramp, while Class 3 vehicles will pay $1,400 at the main line and $700 at the ramp, regardless of payment method. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, will be taking a zero-tolerance approach to people who obstruct the free flow of traffic in town centres during the busy Christmas period. Head of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch PSTEB, Assistant Commissioner of Police Dr. Gary McKenzie, says the police will be clamping down on motorists who block other persons from moving freely.
We will not tolerate obstruction through parking or vehicles being abandoned. When you return, they might not be there, because we have to ensure that there are no delays, because whenever we have delays, then we have frustration and there is the propensity for persons to try and get by through careless and dangerous means.
ACP McKenzie stresses that vehicles parked on sidewalks, impeding the safe movement of pedestrians, will be impounded. He warns that owners will not be able to retrieve their vehicles without facing prosecution.
So tickets will be issued. So what we want is that persons ought to use the parking lots. And in the Yuletide season, we encourage carpooling. We are very happy that there are improvements with our public service bus system, and that is one option. But carpooling is also another option.
Close to 400 healthcare workers have been able to replace critical personal documents such as passport, TRN, and birth certificates that were damaged during Hurricane Melissa. These were processed at the Ministry of Health and Wellness First Healthcare Workers Support Fair held in St. Elizabeth recently. It benefited workers from St. Elizabeth, Manchester, and St. Catherine. Support came from agencies such as the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, National Identification and Registration Authority, and the National Housing Trust. Also providing service were the National Land Agency and Tax Administration Jamaica. The healthcare workers also accessed counseling and human resource services. The fair also benefited members of the Newell community in St. Elizabeth, as residents took advantage of the services offered by the various government agencies. The Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, has announced a temporary waiver of the penalty charge for breaches of the Automated Clearinghouse ACH value threshold. The waiver applies to ACH transactions valued at $1 million or more. The decision was made due to challenges being faced by some deposit-taking institutions to process RTGS payments following the transition to the ISO 20022 messaging standard on December 15. Under the arrangement, the usual $5,000 penalty will be waived for the period December 15 to 31, allowing high-value transactions to be processed via the ACH without penalty. The central bank has emphasized, however, that standard ACH transaction fees charged by deposit-taking institutions will remain in effect. And finally, the deadline for entries to JCDC's 2026 National Festival of the Performing Arts competition has been extended to January 15, 2026. The Jamaica Cultural Development Commission says it was necessary to give persons more time to enter due to the widespread devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. Other changes will see the JCDC reverting to hosting virtual pre-competition workshops and virtual parish auditions. The revised process will require entrants to record and submit their performance or presentation to the JCDC's online portal at jcdc.awardsplatform.com. The videos will be used for the virtual staging of the parish auditions. The Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport says these changes will ensure that students, schools and community groups, especially in the hardest hit parishes, are still able to participate. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.
For many adults, Christmas doesn't quite feel the same as it did when we were younger, and interestingly, older generations often feel the same way. Coming up, we hear from Egina Campbell, who reflects on Christmas traditions of the past and explores how the season is celebrated today.
Christmas in Jamaica has always been a time of warmth, love, and togetherness. Today we journey back in time to the 1950s with Egina Campbell as she shares her treasured memories of an olden Christmas.
Well, in the days, in the 50s, I celebrate Christmas good. Because Christmas in those days was a celebration to us of celebrating the birth of Jesus. So we were happy to celebrate in Christmas.
Preparations for Christmas began weeks in advance.
Pick some coffee and some pimento and dry it and carry it and sell it, and that we can have money. Sometimes Christmas, if we don't have anything for Christmas, we don't worry, we will don't have a pair of shoes. And we have them, them white, they never call it crepe, they call it puss boot. You have a white puss boot and you use the black polish.
Families would also gather their yard fowls and sometimes a goat to prepare meals for the special day.
We would prepare for cooking for the Christmas. We would prepare the common fowl, them that walk up in the yard. We had to catch them, put in a pen, give them like a vinegar. Okay, and we kill a goat. We hang up the goat in the kitchen, and we use cornmeal and dust the meat, because fridge wasn't available at those times. So the meat sweat, we dust it with the cornmeal, and it keep as long as ever for Christmas.
Christmas morning always began with the preparation of a special meal paired with rich chocolate tea.
We always get the cornmeal and sugar, vanilla and nutmeg, and we mix it up and make a thing what we call blue jaws. Tie it in a banana leaf and cook it with some chocolate tea for Christmas morning breakfast. We use the wood fire to cook for Christmas day. And we buy a little stove, the kerosene oil stove. It have a jar, and you put the kerosene oil in it, put it on the stove, and use that to start to cook from the Christmas Eve night. Because the meat tough. So when the tough chicken come and fall chicken tough, we always get a young papa and put in it under old nail and soften up the meat. And we buy a 50 ice from the truck, for we never have no fridge. So we dig a hole, put some trash in the hole and some paper and put the ice in there. Put a zinc over it with a piece of wood, so when we want a piece of ice, we just lift it off and cut a piece of ice down in there. And it keeps as long as ever.
Community parades brought magic to Christmas, with vibrant masquerades entertaining everyone. Children watched in awe as the King and Queen led the procession.
The big lady them ride on the maypole, swing around the maypole, come round and come back round, loose out back themselves. So we have lots of music and we enjoy with time.
In those days, the children waited expectantly for Father Christmas.
Parents always tell the children them that Father Christmas is coming. So they must hang up them bag. During the night, them hang up them bag in the house. And when them wake the morning, them find some money in the bag.
After the excitement of the day has ended, it was time for the adults to prepare to party.
Get this straight in the ear. But in fact, now we don't go to no ear, just have to pay no money for straight in the ear. We use the fork that we use in the kitchen eat with. At the fork in the fire and use it straight in the ear. Yes, and it look as nice as ever. So the flour used to come in a bag, cloth bag. Flour never used to come in a paper, used to come in a cloth bag. We wash the bag and we take it and make a thing what you call cremolin, like a slip. Spread it over a round tree and starch it and make it dry so it's stiff. The men them always wear them, buy them black pants. You call those pants material the George Odium black. And they made them pants with big foot, not no tight up foot, big foot. And the paper shirt. Not really paper, but it look like paper because it have the writing and so. Yeah, so we call it the paper shirt.
Dances were wholesome and full of joy. Partners twirled and spun to music free from vulgarity, with everyone sharing in the celebration.
When you go to dance, any man dance with any woman, and any woman dance with any man. No war, because we don't dance rub-up dance. So everything was quite nice. And if this gentleman buy you some liquor and you can't drink it, you carry to your partner. And no problem, because there's no jealousy in Christmas.
If you're wondering about the moves of Miss Egina herself,
Uncle Benji in the yard, sit down on a stone. Wife and picnic gone abroad, left him all alone. Wondering what kind of festival could I make him stir for him whole bone. Then I drop this aversion in the yard, sinners weep and moan. Play the music, jump like Lego beast. Sip your waters, love your daughter, but play the music beat. Smoke your pipe and feel alright, but play the...
In those days, Christmas wasn't about extravagance, it was about togetherness, giving and the simple joys of life.
Everybody just unite together and we have a happy time in Christmas. We never have no TV to watch, so we get a radio. We have to put battery in it and listen what's going on. But it was good in the 50s.
Good money management is everyone's business. Up next, financial expert and Chief Executive Officer of Profit Jumpstarter, Keisha Bailey, shares insights on effective money management.
Investing is the only way to build wealth. If you are not investing, you are go poor. Poverty will continue because investing is really the only way that you get a return that beats inflation. And that is how you build wealth. You don't build wealth through saving because your saving account doesn't give you the type of return that keeps up with how the prices of things are going up. So you're always behind the curve with just that. You need investing if you intend on being wealthy. And maybe you don't want to be wealthy, so you go with saving. But if you want wealth and that lasting generational wealth, you have to invest.
Say make money, money, make money, money, money. Make money, money, make money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla.
If me not rich this year, next year not pass. It's a journey, right? We don't get rich in 6 months. We get rich over time. And this is richness that lasts. We call that wealth, not a quick flip. You have some money and then you're broke by month 7. We don't advocate for that because it's not sustainable. A lot of people love the quick flip, but the quick flip don't work. After you flip, you flop. And then if you go flip again, if you go flop again, we want something to be more sustainable because build wealth that lasts beyond your lifetime. This is the generational wealth that we're talking about. So we don't want to be in the quick flip and then flop mindset. We want to be in the long-term wealth, the generational wealth mindset, and that comes through investing. To be a smart investor, first things first is that you have to know your money to grow your money. You cannot be investing and you don't know what you are doing because they say a lot, a fool and his money are soon parted. If you do not know what you're doing, you're gonna be doing this new trend, that new trend, jumping on this IPO, this APO, this stock. And a lot of times you find that you lose more than you gain. The first thing you have to know as you start your investing journey is educate yourself. Education is the first step in building wealth, understanding your goals, the different types of investments that are out there, and what kind of return should you be looking for? What kind of portfolio should you be creating? What kind of diversification should you set up?
Well, it ain't cheap being poor, and I can't.
When we think about investing, we have to think about the current economy, what are going on right now, and then within that context of what's happening in the economy, where will you see growth in your money? So when we look at Jamaica right now, what's happening? We're in a period of higher than normal interest rates, but maybe they could be coming down this year. Where are the opportunities? Where are the different types of industries that do well in this kind of economy? And that is where you want to put your money. Think about what companies do well when people have a lot of money and there's discretionary spending. And you want to look for those companies on the Jamaica Stock Exchange and buy shares in those companies. Think about when interest rates are high, where should I be putting my money so I can get a good return? And that's what you want to consider as well. You just have to understand what types of strategies are going to work when interest rates are high, when inflation is higher than normal but still coming down, and when the exchange rate is being managed. When we have a certain level of unemployment in the economy, where should I put my money? When you understand that now, you can say, okay, this is where I need to direct my money, and you go in and speak with your financial advisor to get the implementation of that. So when we talk about the different types of investments, a broad spectrum. We can start with stocks, which represent shares in a company. You're a part owner of a company. And the main way to invest in stocks in Jamaica is through the Jamaica Stock Exchange. You have bonds, which are longer term investment that give you a periodic coupon. You have also real estate, which, real estate a keep. A lot of persons have investment properties. They're doing short-term rental like Airbnb. That's another type of investment. On the more, exotic, complex types of strategies, we have private equity, where you're an investor in other people's businesses. You have private debt, where you're lending money privately to businesses and to other persons. And you have, the new cryptocurrency. A lot of persons are talking about that. That's another type of investment as well. We call those alternative investments. You also have commodities where you can, buy some gold, some silver, wheat, corn, oil. Those go up in price over time, and some persons are big commodity investors. So the broad spectrum is there, but what's more important than the broad spectrum is the combination. How much of each do I need? And that's really a personal question. That's something you go and sit down with your financial advisor about to understand, what's the right combination of all of these different types of investments for me.
Say make money, money, make money, money, money.
Make money, money, make money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla.
Many of you are already busy in the kitchen preparing for fine dining this Christmas Day. A staple in many homes is the beloved pairing of fruitcake and a glass of ice-cold sorrel. Joining us now is Chef Dennis Osborne as he prepares these traditional Christmas favorites, fruitcake and sorrel.
So we're making an half-pound butter fruitcake today. So we're starting by creaming our butter and our sugar together. So we add half pound of butter in our mixing bowl and half pounds of sugar. We mix or cream our butter and sugar at a medium until it's creamy and fluffy. So we are combining dry ingredients first. So here we have a cup of flour, a teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, combine this together. Have half cups of breadcrumbs here. And the breadcrumbs is optional. So we set this aside. We move into our fruits or dry fruits. So we have here some mixed peel. We have some raisins. So it's half cup of raisin, half cup currants, half cup prune, and half cup cherry as well, and quarter cup mixed peels. So we'll go ahead and put in some nutmeg also in. About a tablespoon of nutmeg because it's flavoring for us here in Jamaica. So this we combine all our dry ingredients, so when we're mixing we don't have any separation by adding our dry fruits in our blender to get it puree, and we're adding 2 cups of wine for moisture, so it makes the cake all juicy and ready. Here we go, our fruits all puree and ready to add to our batter in just a few. So we move over to our eggs. Here we'll be using 7 eggs for our butter here. The first one is fine to crack in the bowl that you want to whisk in, but for the others, preferable do them separate because of spoilage. Alright, so we go by whisking our eggs. This helps to combine the yolk and also the egg white together. Here is our butter and sugar. It's cream and come to a nice peak. So this is what you need when you're baking your cake, light and fluffy. So we combine this butter, creaming portion to create our traditional fruit cake. add in a teaspoon of almond and a teaspoon of vanilla. And of course, we'll be having just another pinch of salt. And our Jamaican rum, we'll be adding about 2 shots. So we're gonna go ahead and put our cake batter inside the oven for 350 degrees for 2 hours, all right? Ginger to put on the glass just for decoration. So here we go, we have our Jamaican fruit cake. Also on the side, we're going to serve some carrot cake. For those who in the family doesn't enjoy the fruit cake, so we can have some carrot cake with some walnuts.
The name Christmas comes from the phrase Christ's Mass. This term has its origins in Old English, specifically the word Christus Masse, which means Mass of Christ. The term was first recorded around 1038. The Mass refers to Christian religious ceremony commemorating the birth of Jesus Christ, with December 25th chosen by early Christians to celebrate this event. Over time, Christus Masse was shortened and evolved into the word Christmas, which we use today. The holiday combines various traditions and customs from both Christian and pre-Christian celebrations, but its name remains a reference to the religious aspect of the holiday. Merry Christmas!
We've come to the end of today's show, but be sure to join us again tomorrow for another lineup focused on keeping you informed about the government's policies and initiatives aimed at building a better Jamaica. You can visit our website at jis.gov.jm to rewatch this program or catch up on others available on the site. I'm Theodore Henry, saying thanks for watching on behalf of our production team here at the JIS.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.